As well as the historic promotion-winning campaign in the league, the U's also enjoyed good fortune in the 3 cup competitions. This was particularly the case in the FA Cup, where they not only equalled the club record winning score with a 9-1 thrashing of Leamington, they also took on the Premiership champions Chelsea and gave Jose Mourinho's side a real run for their money at Stamford Bridge. In this DVD, we take a look back at the U's record in all 3 cup competitions. The U's flirtation with the Carling Cup lasted just 1 round, Championship Cardiff progressing through to the next round with a comfortable 2-0 win.
We started the game brightly and conceded 2 goals in 3 minutes, which was always when the game gave ourselves a mountain to climb. But I felt it was flat last night. I felt it was flat. We didn't make it like a cup tie, and whether those 2 goals knocked the stuffing out of us, I don't know. But we just the cup ties here over the last few years have been good, exciting, passionate nights of football, and I just felt it was flat out there last night.
After getting a bye in the opening round of the LDV Vans, the U's progressed past Northampton Town in a 5-goal thriller. The game was decided in extra time by a Neil Downs goal.
three, but we should have scored more really, because I think it was something ridiculous, like over 35 attempts on goal, which we just think it's got to come sooner or later, and it took a little bit of a mistake from the keeper to get us there, but overall I can't praise the lads highly enough tonight.
The U's travelled to MK Dons just 3 days after a league encounter between the two sides, and a much changed U's team ran out 2-run winners after coming from behind.
I think the changes that he made, we still got a strong side even with the second string side. So I mean, we played pretty well tonight. We took the battling, we went the other way and scored. I think we've got a good squad at the moment, and the run that we've been going on, can't really chop and change. So I mean, with the likes of the boys that you saw tonight, we've just got to bide our time and hopefully slip in when we get the chance.
A long trip to Gloucestershire followed next, and Richard Garcia continued his fine vein of form by scoring the only goal of the game down at Wadham Road.
changes. A lot of them were enforced through injuries, but you know, the professionalism the lads showed was top class. I thought in the last two LDV games we did well, but you know, we looked as if we were a team thrown together. But this game, I thought we looked like a polished outfit, which was a great tribute to the lads, because obviously that particular side hadn't trained together that long. But you know, there's players who play together, like Kemi and Kingy playing the reserves together, and other combinations who play together. So we're very pleased, and you know, it's exciting times that we go into the LDV final.
The first leg of the area final saw the U's make a trip to South Wales, and having had a goal disallowed, they returned to Essex just one goal adrift, after Adebayo Akinfenwa's strike made all the difference.
You know, it's a good battling performance, and you know, although we didn't really have a lot of quality on the ball today, you know, the work ethic was good, and you know, we were unlucky. Chris had a goal disallowed, which, you know, you look at it and you're a bit dubious to see if he was offside or not. But yeah, we didn't really get the run in the green. But like you say, the tie's still open. It's a good performance at Layer Road now, and you know, we're still more than capable of getting ourselves to Cardiff.
Things looked good for the U's in the second leg of this match when Neil Downs equalised the tie overall, but a quick-fire Swansea double ensured it was Kenny Jackett's men that headed to the Millennium Stadium.
as we've been for a long, long time. It seemed like we was back at what we were when we was on our good run. Second half we got the goal and you expect to kick on, and then it's kick in the teeth. I can't really remember a lot about the goals, but obviously we've made errors along the line for them to score the 2 goals. And once they go in, it's pretty much over then. As much as we huffed and puffed and still had chances, it was going to take a hell of a lot to get back into the game.
The FA Cup run got off to a great start as the U's equalled their club record victory with a 9-1 demolition of non-leaguers Leamington.
delighted, you know what I mean, to be fair. I've hit it and I've turned around thinking the same as what happened at Bournemouth when it's just hit the inside of the post and come out like, and I think it was, I sort of seen Danzy a little smile in his face, and I thought, oh, here we go, because we've been wanting to do that celebration for a long time, so I'm delighted. And the gaffers drilled that into us all week, do you know what I mean, to just do the right things, and I think we went out there and we played some very good football at times, do you know what I mean. First 20 minutes we knew it was going to be scrappy, they're going to get in amongst us, but I think once we got the first goal we knew it was going to go that way, but to be fair, to get 9 is quality, do you know what I mean.
Progress to the third round came after a battling display down at Shrewsbury. The Curitin and Iwalumo pairing coming up trumps once more to seal the victory.
That's what the FA Cup's all about, you know what I mean? It was a proper FA Cup game, and no, everyone thoroughly enjoyed it. As I think we showed today, that we've got that fight and determination, as well as being able to play football as well. So yeah, we're just all enjoying it. Everyone's happy, delighted with the result.
Promotion chasing Sheffield United were put to the sword as the youth came from behind to record an impressive victory against Neil Warnock's men.
What to look at? A little bit to look at, but also a similar kind of running style. Here is Gillespie on that far side of the field. Inside it comes to Tong. Tong cuts on his left boot. He's going to strike one. Good stop, Eiffel. Chance drives it off the crossbar. Cabba home. United take the lead in the opening 4 minutes here at Bramall Lane. It took 3 chances. First Michael Tong. Secondly, Eiffel crashed it off the crossbar. And with Aidan Davison lying on his belly, Stephen Cabba. This could be a chance here with Iwalumo in on the corner of the box. Iwalumo looks up, he's got chance now, and the ball will be swung in, cleared away. Could be an opportunity. Garcia, great block by Armstrong. And United were just caught there, and Armstrong's going to go down. Long ball forward, headed away by Phil Jagielka. One in the midfield by Dans for Colchester United. Good tackle comes in from Nallis, but the ball breaks free here, and an opportunity to scurry towards the edge of the box. A shot will come in, could break to Garcia, lobs it over the top. And United get out of jail a little bit there. I think there could have been an offside call given there.
good attacking position if they've got a long throw expert on the right hand side.
And that's what Halford is. And he tosses this one in towards the penalty spot. It's over the top of everyone. Could break. Garcia, chance. Turned away. Dans. 1-1. United's defending was kamikaze in there. And it broke to Neil Dans. He perhaps got a bit of fortune with a ricochet in there. And it broke 6 yards out. No chance for Phil Barnes as Dans turned it home. And we're all level in the third round of the FA Cup. United go back to the drawing board. He's got a bit of the uns with us. Iwalumo is in here, he's on the angle, and he'll have to pull it back. But United aren't even within 5 yards of him. They've got to look back as another shot will come in. Great save. Rebound pops out, hooked over the top by Armstrong, and United need a stern word with themselves right now. And the Wednesday fans are booing. The ball comes in, another long throw. It breaks towards Dans, just wide. An inch or two, and Dans nearly grabbed his second. And if that would have gone in, there might have been a few boos here. And it is, and United will win it back with Tong. Tong strides forward, good surging run from Michael Tong, runs at the defence, he's on the edge of the box. Tong is in here, good stop, Eiffel can react, he can't. It's turned away, and United. The game like this as the ball is played in towards the edge of the area. Here is Dans, the goal scorer, it's still 1-1. Dans left-footed, top save by Phil Barnes. I thought that was going to loop over the top of him. But I think that ball swerved a bit in the air. I think there's a bit of late movement.
It's because it's a size 4.5, Seth, apparently, in the FA Cup.
You don't believe me on that, do you?
I do believe you, I'm impressed. But certainly Phil Barnes took no chances with it. He was stuck straight at him from about 19 yards just outside the box, and he turned it just far enough over the top.
Corner kick taken short, whipped in, header! Turned home by Williams, a substitute! And Sheffield United are on the verge of going out of the FA Cup at the third round. A great corner kick, it was taken short, whipped in, and Williams, the substitute, punished 10-man Sheffield United, and he nodded home. No chance for Phil Barnes. But here is Armstrong over it. I think he fancies this, and Armstrong will curl this one through. Great stop, Aidan Davison. Fall into the foot of his left-hand post. And that game is a massive one as the referee blows the whistle. Sheffield United have crashed out of the FA Cup at the first time of asking to League One side Colchester United. It's all over. The Blades 1, Colchester United 2.
We were up for this game, especially because we'd read a few things in the paper saying that you know, whatever team Sheffield United put out, the Colchester team shouldn't be coming here and beating the Sheffield United team. So, you know, it's a bit disrespectful, to be honest. So yeah, that really got us up for the game, and I think you could see how happy the players were at the end of the game to show that we can't be taken lightly.
In front of a Petlower Road, an injury-hit Colchester United still had enough to brush aside the challenge of Derby County and progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup.
Colchester United still part of doing a good job. They have a good run, beat Sheffield United for the weekend. Player number 13. 13, Derby County.
There's a bit of tension when we're sat there listening to the draw, because we know one big draw can pay the wage bill for the whole season. But it's a good draw in terms of we're at home, we're against a team who are not setting the world alight in the Championship, and we'll go into that game with a very confident frame of mind.
The conditions weren't the best, which the manager said, so it was quite windy and the ball was like sort of killing about, so it wasn't like the prettiest game of football. But as I say, everyone's competed in their own personal battles, and whoever worked that, I think, little extra was going to win the game. And luckily for us, we've actually snuck that goal before half time, which has given us that little bit of confidence.
Over 6,000 fans made the trip to Stamford Bridge as the youth took on their dream FA Cup tie, and the boys did not disappoint. Sky Sports provide the commentary.
Everton or Chelsea? Will play number 14.
First and foremost, they've got to get through. I mean, it's a tough tie for them because Everton, they've not really got nothing to play for this season, so that's going to be a huge game for them. But if they do get through, that'd be brilliant for me. So still know a lot of the people there, the backroom staff and the coaching staff and a few of the players. So it'll be a massive game for me.
Just put in the ground now. Yeah. Okay, this lot.
Hey, who was it? Off the coach. This guy's got off the coach.
We're in West London, good afternoon. This ground has become quite a fortress for Chelsea Football Club. In their last 3 years, they've only lost 5 times here in any competition. How daunting will it be for Colchester United of League One, second in their division? Can they turn over the champions of England? We're at Stamford Bridge, a wet Stamford Bridge for Chelsea against Colchester United in the FA Cup 5th round. We're interactive. Just press the red button on your remote to decide what you want to watch, or perhaps how you want to watch it. Dennis Wise and Mike Walker are our guests this afternoon. Dennis, you've already said you don't see any way in which Chelsea can be beaten. You still stand by that? And what will the score be?
I still do, and I think it'll be a 3-0.
3-0?
Chelsea will, yeah.
A 3-goal margin at least?
I do, yeah.
What about you, Mark? Any chance for Colchester today? Or
well,
not?
they always say you've got a chance, but yeah, it'd be very slim and none, I guess. I think it'd probably be about 3-0. You know, they could get 5 or 6 if they were really on song, but I think Colchester, got to give them some credit. They're not bad, and they'll give it a go. Yeah, 3-0 I think's reasonable, Dennis.
And the fact that there are so many changes in the Chelsea team, will that make any difference, Dennis?
I don't think it will. I think he's changed it many times before. He's changed 5, 6, 7 players. They all know the system, they all know what they've got to do. It's not as if he's changing the system, and I think it won't make any difference at all, really.
Great support. Teams are in the tunnel. If they do it, it will be the turn-up of the FA Cup for goodness knows how many years. Let's join our commentary team, Alan Smith and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Ian. Well, they have emerged from the dressing room. Ronaldinho and company will be changing in on Wednesday. Phil Parkinson has worked all week to try to make sure his players are focused at this moment, to be here as footballers and not as tourists, to concentrate on the job in hand. The shirt swapping, the autographs, the cameras in their mobile phones. There is a place for that later, and Jose Mourinho has been a gracious host to the lower league players of Scunthorpe last season and Huddersfield this. Despite being odds-on, Chelsea have done their usual thorough homework on the opposition, and they have been impressed with what they have seen, understandably. 20 wins in their last 24 games for Colchester United. There's so much build-up up in Essex. Colchester regarded as the oldest town in the country, and they're thrilled up there because of the oldest football competition in the world.
Come on,
6,000 fans, some of whom camped out all night to get their tickets to be here to watch Colchester United come out at the home of the champions, to see their beloved U's take on the Blues of Chelsea for the first time in a competitive game, to live the improbable but not impossible dream here at Stamford Bridge. What a welcome for Colchester. Let's try and make some sense of the Chelsea team for you. John Terry is suspended, Gallas is suspended and injured, Makelele still not fit, and care is being taken with Barcelona in mind. No Cech or Robin or Gudjonsson, Lampard, Crespo, Joe Cole on the bench. Ricardo Carvalho is the only defender who faced Middlesbrough last weekend. Paulo Ferreira is fit again. Lassana Diarra, the France under-21s national, makes only his second start for Chelsea, as does Maniche, that's in midfield. And there are comebacks for Didier Drogba, who missed 8 games because of the African Nations Cup, and Damien Duff after hamstring trouble. In contrast, we have 6 free transfers. The fullbacks, Carl Duguid, the captain, and 19-year-old John White have come through the ranks. Neil Dans from Blackburn and Richard Garcia from West Ham cost nominal fees. It's a side assembled on a shoestring, and a particularly big day for Pat Baldwin, who learnt his trade with Chelsea without breaking into the first team here. Midfielder Kevin Watson and Mark Yates have faced Chelsea before with Tottenham. Yates is on loan from White Hart Lane. Craig Halford and Chris Iwelumo have the height to challenge a reshaped Chelsea defence, and Dans fields on the knockdowns with 13 goals from midfield, and that includes 5 in the FA Cup.
Well, a few changes as expected for Chelsea, but the system stays the same. They are billing Lassana Diarra as the new Claude Makelele in these parts. He's a bit bigger than Makelele mine. Good athlete though, who'll just move the ball on simply when he gets it. I suppose if Colchester are looking for a weakness, it's that a few of these players haven't played much football in a Chelsea shirt lately. Diarra's second start, same for Maniche, Kudicini, Johnson, Huth, haven't played much, so it just might take a little time to get the motoring running, but once it does, Colchester know they're going to be under pressure. Well, it's a huge game for every single one of these players, but it's the type of occasion that Phil Parkinson feels he's got a set of characters that can handle it. A few young lads in there, in midfield especially. Mark Yates, only 21, Neil Dans, 23, Greg Halford, only 20. Halford will play a big part, I think, with his set pieces.
Dermot Gallagher had the honour of refereeing the FA Cup final itself 10 years ago now. This is his final season, and it could be his last game in this competition. Good luck to him. The water on the pitch might not be such good news for Colchester. Chelsea put down plenty of their own when they faced Everton here in the 4th round replay, and played as well as they have done in 2006 on a wet top. It dampens down some of the difficulties of this surface, which isn't really worthy of the Chelsea club. No doubt that Wright Phillips would play today. Tore Everton apart in that 4th round replay. Here's Robert Huth. Carlo Cudicini, who has a FA Cup winners medal, but only as a non-playing substitute in 2000 when they beat Aston Villa the last final at the old Wembley. Aidan Davison is the Colchester goalkeeper. a man of many clubs, one of whom was Bury a good while ago when he teamed up with a young midfielder called Phil Parkinson, who is now his manager. Essien's back pass. Essien always a candidate to be involved in this game because he is suspended from both legs against Barcelona after that video judgment by UEFA on a tackle against Liverpool's Didi Hamann in a group game of the Champions League here. Wright Phillips, pursued by Colchester's 19-year-old left-back, John White.
Well, you look at the conditions, Martin, and talk about a leveller, and I think it probably is the case today. I've been to Layer Road this week, and it's certainly a better surface there, but Colchester, I think, once they can get the ball, they'll just want to get it up forward quickly to Chris Iwelumo and use his physical presence, try and turn that Chelsea rear guard and play most of their football if they possibly can in Chelsea's final third. Of course, the hard bit is getting the ball off them to start off with.
So Watson sliding in, and then White who puts it out. Very much a local boy. He's played over 50 times now for Colchester United, but nothing like this. Neil Dans did have 3 Premiership games with Blackburn. Damien Duff will remember him. Dugan. Well, we have a player cam facility for Sky Digital viewers today, and the first focus is on Colchester's top scorer Chris Iwelumo, who 3 years ago played in the FA Cup for Stoke against the men from Stamford Bridge. Carvalho.
I think a lot depends on Colchester just making sure they keep the shape. There are going to be plenty of occasions in the early stages when they haven't got the ball. Stay nice and organised.
Drogba trying one of his thrusting runs through the middle. The ball wasn't far away from picking him out.
Well, he's going to be such a threat, isn't he? And I think they will try and hit him early.
But Davison has made a mistake here, and Wright Phillips had the chance to embarrass the goalkeeper. But Aidan Davison made up for it. That's the last thing Colchester need, is to have a suicidal moment at the back so early in this cup tie. They've really got to be on their game. Drogba comes out to Wright Phillips, and it just runs back to the goalkeeper.
Well, it's a scary old start, isn't it? One of the keeper's first touches. Straight into the path of that man, and they get away with it.
Glenn Johnson has come across to left back, having started on the right. He swapped with Paulo Ferreira inside the opening 5 minutes. Now they do have a long throw specialist in Greg Halford here. They'd like to have him on the end of the throw as well, because he is the tallest of the Colchester players. Just a sighter from Halford. His cross is a bit more threatening in the end than the way he held the original throw-in. Essien. Out by Diarra. Here's Manish, playing now for a third different club under Jose Mourinho. Wright Phillips wins the corner off Wayne Brown.
He's seen plenty of the ball, hasn't he, in these opening stages, Sean Wright Phillips, and probably wasn't expecting to see it. Just clips off Drogba, doesn't it? That clearance maybe doesn't do quite as well as you would expect, going for the placement. Davidson reads it.
Drogba at the near post, didn't get the final touch from Duff's corner. It's another corner. Now Wayne Brown, you can see that scar on the back of his head. Maybe just a little bit more on that for you in a moment, because Duff is lining up this corner. He's a very courageous fella to be playing today. And Davison makes the catch, and just to fill you in on Wayne Brown, he had 2 operations last month for skin cancer, but happily all the latest medical bulletins on him are very encouraging, that they've got to the root of the problem.
He's going to have his hands full today. I've seen that already. Early balls played up to Jogba. It's a real handful, Jogba. And Brown has been the man closest to him. Opening few attacks for Chelsea.
Of course, his partner is the ex-Chelsea reserve, former youth team captain, Pat Baldwin. Foul by Brown. There's Baldwin. Who will feel he's got a point to prove. He's released, but has taken up the challenge with Colchester and done very well as he moved to Essex. Robert Hoop is forward. Evelino's come back. Wilumo just played it a little bit short with his clearance, and here's Johnson turning and crossing to where Drogba was arriving with a real hunger to get back to business for Chelsea. Got to the final of the African Nations Cup with the Ivory Coast, and then missed a penalty in the shootout as the trophy was decided that way.
Which one is it?
It's in there somewhere.
He needs a pin, doesn't he, to get to work on those balloons, that ball boy.
We have a match ball again. Handball by Hoop.
Well, the more of these kind of free kicks they can win, Colchester, just slow down the play, get organised. Remember what you've done on the training ground this week.
And what they've done on the training ground, Alan, is to work on making Iwelumo move Huth about, but they'll play it towards the man being marked by Carvalho. They feel he is the weakness in the air. They know Huth is strong. There it goes towards Carvalho's man, who is Halford. The flag's gone up.
Well, it's a mismatch, isn't it, in height at 6'4". Greg Halford, you would expect him to win the majority of headers. A good, strong, tall side, aren't they, Colchester? You just never know. The ball drops after one of those set pieces. Somebody gets a crack at it. It is possible.
And one of those set pieces that is carefully thought out. It's not just to toss it in there and see what happens. A bit of shirt pulling by Dans has given Chelsea this free kick.
Well, Jose Mourinho would certainly known about Greg Halford's height and the fact that they do play towards him. Who they have assigned to Iwelumo instead, but he could play a really big part today. The youngster, only 20.
Here is Halford. He's one of the Colchester players they were pleased to hang on to when the transfer window was open. They were panicking, Phil Parkinson and his staff. Bursting the balloon of Chelsea is what Colchester are trying to do on the pitch. Shot from Mark Yates, who comes in from the left-hand side. He's not shy of shooting.
They've looked pretty confident when they've got the ball in these areas, not scared to pass it about, and doesn't hesitate to have a shot. Difficult skill, but Garcia very nearly latching onto it.
He's owned by Tottenham still, on a season-long loan with Colchester United, and I'm sure getting the benefit of playing regularly. Watson, who played in the Premiership when he was 18 years old with Tottenham. Halford looking early for Iwalumo and his ally in attack, Richard Garcia, and it's caused a moment of consternation for Robert Huth.
It's always going to be difficult, isn't it, dealing with those kind of balls skidding across this surface today. Time for concentration.
Pudicini also doesn't have quite the presence of Petr Cech. The ball not quite deep enough from Watson from the corner. Yates headed on by Watson. That run off Diarra. Phil Sharp, as the assistant, had the best view. He's pointed for a goal kick.
Oh, disappointing one, that, from Colchester's point of view. A really good view of it, the assistant.
Colchester, remember, have knocked out two sides from the Championship and two former FA Cup winners in Derby at home in the last round and Sheffield United away in round 3. Johnson. It's a long ball, it's taken down with some adroitness by Duff. Colchester got around him in the end. There's a couple of really the sort of balls you'd expect them to get week in, week out in their division. But Chelsea have almost got through with the direct route. One for Drogba and one there for Duff.
Well, I think they've just got to make sure they get pressure on the ball there. Glenn Johnson had time to pick out his man, and with the extra pace that Chelsea have got, it's going to be difficult to defend against if they just line up those kind of passes, Chelsea. But after a jittery start, Colchester, they've settled into it, haven't they? Seen quite a bit of the ball.
Ferreira wanting too much time on the ball. Foul by Wright Phillips. Iwalumo, who is a Scot. But his surname is Nigerian from his father. He was in Glasgow as a surgeon. And I think you know the family history, Alan, didn't you? You interviewed him for your newspaper in the week.
Yeah, he's had a very colourful past, you could say, for a player at this level. Played in Denmark, played in Germany as well. Got plenty of experience. Stoke, of course, for quite a few years. And he's talking about the fact that he has got those Scottish roots and whether he could maybe just sneak into the Scottish national team at some stage.
Yates, fronted up by Wright Phillips. Do try and play the diagonals towards Halford, but it didn't give him much chance there. Glenn Johnson's got to try and deal with just the physical size of Halford, let alone his actual playing abilities.
Probably the disappointing thing from Colchester's point of view. A couple of corners that the delivery hasn't been quite right, and the pass across field to Halford was off the mark. I think if they can get that service right, they will cause problems.
Well, Chelsea have been talking a lot about wanting to win this competition. The special one wants to join the list of FA Cup winning managers, which includes Chelsea predecessors Dave Sexton, Ruud Gullit, and 6 years ago Gianluca Vialli. There's much changed Chelsea side, haven't really got going yet. Player camera switching now for Sky Digital viewers via that red button on the remote for Sean Wright Phillips.
I mentioned at the start, a lot of players that haven't played much football, and it does take some time to settle in and get used to each other's game, really. You've done it on the training pitch, but different matter on a match day.
Duff dropping deeper to try and help Chelsea get a foothold in the middle third. Manish. That's pretty much a giveaway. Brown's header. Essien. White and Wright Phillips both damaged in that little episode.
It was landing awkwardly there for John White. It did seem to land on his neck, back of his head. See there, I think that's what hurt.
Outcome is a throw. And in goes Drogba! And he got in front of Pat Baldwin, who did still get the final touch.
No, he does look lively, doesn't he, Drogba? And if they allow them to get service in from the flanks, he'll cause problems. He's quicker than the two centre-halves for Colchester, just thinking quicker on that occasion.
There's a little flick by Wright Phillips, who's now finding himself having to fill in at fullback. Halford's throw is terrific, and here's Garcia, and Huth with Yates coming in at the far post, and Chelsea were caught flat-footed there.
Well, they spotted it very quickly, didn't they, once they get on that throw. And that through. Thing is, he has a lot of time to think about this. Do I shoot? Do I cross? He elects to cut it back. Doesn't quite get it right, Garcia.
But promise again from the team that lies second in League One, 2 divisions below the Premiership leaders. Carvalho not dealing with it in the air as it goes in his direction again from a Colchester dead ball situation. But Duff heads it on, and Wright Phillips can run. Good covered across. Held up well initially by Garcia, who was in the same West Ham youth team as Joe Cole. Very successful group of players. Here he is, the Australian Richard Garcia. Oh, was ambitious. It was on its way down after going over Cudicini.
It was ambitious, but you sense belief flooding through this Colchester side, don't you, as this game wears on. You come out at the start and look at all the household names and wonder if they can really compete against them, but the longer they keep a clean sheet, the more of the ball that they see. I'll just think, well, it's 11 against 11, why not? Let's go out and do it.
If they were to win, they would be the household names overnight. Colchester have played 7 FA Cup away games against top division sides, 7 defeats, not 1 single goal scored, so in that sense history is no help to them. But of course the exploits of 1971, Dick Graham's granddad's army, when they knocked out Leeds United as a team from the 4th tier of English football. And if you go back even further, 1948, they were a non-league side when they beat a team from the top league, Huddersfield Town. And here's Johnson, met by Baldwin. They're going to push by Johnson on Halford, and Dermot Gallagher right there to give Colchester the free kick.
Well, we're not best pleased with the way his team have set about this in the first half. Amazing game, isn't it, football? Look at the difference in the 2 sets of players, and you can't see much at the moment, can you?
Aaron, what we've got here is 11 players put out by Jose Mourinho against a team from Colchester. I emphasise the word team. They've been playing together up and down the country in their league, in the lower division cup competition, the LDV Vans Trophy. They're into the southern area final of that. Obviously we've spotted up their FA Cup progress. They know what they're doing with each other.
Well, exactly, yeah. They've got a settled side, and everybody knows their job.
And the fear for Colchester, of course, is that an individual from Chelsea, of course, of top ability, might just undo their teamwork.
Well, Jose Mourinho, I mean, he plays this system, doesn't he? And he prides himself on the fact that he can bring in whoever of top quality that will slot into it. But it's not always that easy, you know. You can't hit the ground running if you've got 3 or 4 players that haven't played too much football of late.
Dans whipping it out to the long-serving Carl Duguid. Oh, Yates is coming in at the back post. Oh, he's hit the post, the other post. Colchester so close to scoring here at Stamford Bridge. This is Duff.
Well, that looked harsh, but what on earth was Paulo Ferreira had got sucked into it, and yes, it's a tight angle. He hits it as sweetly as he possibly could, and the width of the post stopped Colchester from going a goal ahead. It could easily have just rebounded the other way into the net. How many more chances will that man get? One of those moments could have put himself in the history books.
And such is football that a few moments later the ball could be in your own net, and that's what Chelsea are trying to do to get the better of 37-year-old Aidan Davison here through Didier Drogba to Duff. Halford. Ferreira, who missed 5 games with a thigh injury. Talked about earlier on about players who haven't had much football. He comes into that category as well. And from his side of the pitch, Mark Yates firing the shot beyond Cudicini, bang against the post, and such fine margins. We saw Peter Crouch win a match for Liverpool yesterday. Ball hits the inside the post via the goalkeeper, back along the line, over the line, and you're through.
Well, it just needs a little bobble, doesn't it, in the right direction for it to rebound off the post in the right direction as far as Colchester are concerned, and this is how close it was. It takes a couple of bounces, but it stays on its path. He's caused a problem, Mark Yates, though, because he's held his width, stayed out on that left-hand side when the ball's been out on the right-hand side, and found a lot of space as a result.
Phil Parkinson has been doing the planning. He's a man of great detail. Dennis Wise, I think, rightly described him earlier as an organiser. And Colchester look organised, but Chelsea have the pace, the Premiership power. And now it's a little bit of concern in their minds as well, having so nearly gone a goal behind.
I'm sure he was pretty confident, Phil Parkinson. The bunch of players he was fielding could handle it from a character point of view, but you never quite know until they get out on that pitch. And it was a ropey start with the keeper clearing it straight to Sean Wright Phillips, but they've just got over that hiccup.
Duff. And stooping to get it away. Johnson trying to measure it, but not with his stronger foot. But Delorno not quite 100% fit. He's been doing some training, I understand, today. Maybe with a view to playing a part against Barcelona. Wayne Bridge, of course, is out on loan. And Gallas is one of the unsung heroes, but when he's not involved, there's quite a gap to be filled across the back line. Not to mention John Terry, who somehow has managed to get a suspension to coincide with the 5th round of the FA Cup like he did last season. And he is here, Ida Gudjonsson is here. Expressions rather reflecting the mood from Chelsea's point of view at the moment. And it's a compliment to Colchester United, who've been getting plenty of those this season. Well, it would be different if we'd be out there, that's probably what they're saying. As players who watch tend to think.
The thing about Chelsea, though, that you know they will remain patient, although you sense a bit of anxiety from the Stamford Bridge crowd, but this set of players, huge experience, and they'll keep passing the ball. I don't think they'll be forced into doing anything they wouldn't otherwise do. Stick to the game plan, take the time.
A bit of pressure by Duguid on Johnson. He plays it out, playing from an unfamiliar position. Carvalho. Well, we understand there's no one here from Barcelona today. You can't blame them really, because it's not going to bear much resemblance to the side that Barcelona will face on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I think they've seen all they need to see. They know exactly what they're going to face on Wednesday. Barcelona, it might just be a little bit different to today.
This looks more promising for Chelsea. They've got plenty of players forward. They've got the tricky Duff on the ball. And here's Manish. But, well, I spoke too soon.
You don't expect that, do you? When the Chelsea players on the ball, no pressure, just to give it away.
Essia. White's ball is a good one. Up to the feet of Garcia, who wants it back, and he's onside. Iwalumo's in the middle. Oh, it's an own goal! Ricardo Carvalho. Colchester United have scored against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Richard Garcia set it up, but it was a moment in keeping with a pretty disastrous beginning to this game from the team sent out by Mourinho today.
Well,
and it's one of his own who's put it into his own net, the player from Portugal.
You can't say it wasn't coming, can you? I mean, they've been growing in confidence throughout this half, and Richard Garcia had got into a similar position, a little closer in. He's got no choice this time just to get it across, and it's one of those horrible balls for Carvalho. Carvalho, he could possibly have got a shout. There was a man in behind, no pressure from a Colchester player. Ferreira it was, I think, just behind. He was in a better position to clear it. Carvalho wasn't to know that, and there's your result. He may have just felt when Yates hit the post that they'd missed the chance to go a goal ahead, but something to defend now.
Here's Johnson. Game on in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Johnson, blocked by Halford, didn't know too much about it. Here's Iwalumo, challenged by Carvalho, the scorer for Colchester. And here's Wright Phillips, and now Ferreira. And Davison's touch is decisive, it took it away from Duff.
Well, it's probably what Chelsea needed, pick up the backside just to increase their tempo. A little bit lacklustre, haven't they?
And some strong play by Huth. Ferreira. Paulo Ferreira again. Flag is up. Offside.
No, just a question of taking a nice deep breath now. Their keeper came to the rescue. He had a choice here. Ferreira could have pulled it back to Drogba. Just elects for a little cross goal pass, and well, that could have ended anywhere, but they get a little bit of luck. Colchester, you have to say, they deserved it.
Ricardo Carvalho, one of only 2 players in this team who played at Middlesbrough last weekend, and goodness me, that was the worst result under Jose Mourinho for Chelsea. But can you imagine even that would pale into insignificance if they lose this one?
Well, maybe something Phil Parkinson would have looked at and said to his players, listen, Chelsea, they haven't kept many clean sheets lately. The chance is there. If we're brave enough.
2 wins in their last 6 games, but Wright Phillips with acceleration. There was a heavy touch in the midst of it all. And that meant a corner rather than a cutback to maybe set up an equaliser.
Well, it's a vital period now, isn't it? From now until half-time. They know Chelsea are going to come strongly at them. Try and get this goal back.
to try and make amends. Drogba's on the move. Might get to Davison, not straight away. This is Ferreira. Oh, and Davison got it at the second attempt.
That was an awkward one, wasn't it? It might have just got a little nick off Iwalumu, who was closing down. Can't manage to clear it. He does get a nick, he has to keep his concentration. There's a man right on it if he spills it.
Aidan Davison was in the videos of cup bloopers last season when he missed the kick in a match on a Premiership ground, the back pass by Kevin Watson at Blackburn. Apart from that awkward moment right at the start, he's bringing some much-needed know-how to this situation when Colchester are troubled. Essien, right Phillips, Brown's strongly across. Dans. Colchester can break here with Halford. Leggy style of his, but there's good technique and the feet at the end of those long legs. Yates has already hit the post and is sent tumbling by Paulo Ferreira, and Dermot Gallagher's got the yellow card out. It's another player from Portugal having a horror moment in this cup tie.
Just having an uncertain time at the moment. Ferreira, he'd given a pass, a crossfield pass away a couple of seconds before. Puts his team under pressure.
Player cam switching to Mark Yates. Maybe in need of a bit of attention. Chelsea in need of some inspiration and certainly some defensive concentration here. Halford.
Well, that's great stuff from their point of view, isn't it, Colchester's? Downs gets the initial shot in and just loses his shape a little bit, Halford, but maybe beyond their wildest dreams they wouldn't have thought 33 minutes they'd be a goal to the good. That's how they handle it now, isn't it, really?
Well, he might not have thought it, but I bet the fellow in the other technical area did, because Phil Parkinson is a product of Alan Pardew's management at Reading. And he's highly regarded in the football world as an up-and-coming young manager. Goodness knows what this game could do to his profile. Well, no one at Chelsea at the moment is thinking about the Champions League, but we can just remind you that on Sky Sports 1, Barcelona are next here, and you can watch from Wednesday at 6. And also on offer Sky Sports 2, Rangers, haven't they done well to get into the knockout stage against Villarreal? Ricardo Carvalho. Brown across on his weaker side, but he got his right foot to the ball. Diarra. Been thrust into the Makalele role. Now Duff. Well, the player that Chelsea are looking to here. Paulo Ferreira, 10 minutes to go to half-time. Chelsea a goal down. This is Wright Phillips taking on the League One side, but in the end it was one man too many. And good work again by Pat Baldwin.
That's good anticipation. Zipped across. Always dangerous when that man's got the ball at his feet in the penalty area. Don't want to commit yourself too rashly.
Duff. Remember, came on against Liverpool and then had to go off again because of the hamstring area. That's been a bit of a weakness in his career. He held the ball long enough to be fouled then, although Kevin Watson thinks otherwise. enough is the orthodox approach here, but Robert Huth does love to give the ball a bash. And he's got plenty of fans in this crowd. And there's the bash. Oh! The final touch just eludes the Chelsea player as it ricocheted across the penalty area.
I think it was Baldwin that got the touch, the vital touch, got the Chelsea players lurking.
And there's the equaliser. Paulo Ferreira restores a bit of order here for Chelsea.
No, it's all about seeing it through to half-time for Colchester, and they haven't been able to do it. It's the first header that does it. A couple of players attacking the ball, and Ferreira, who's had a rocky old time last 10 or 15 minutes, makes up for it with a cute little finish, to be fair. But they don't get close enough to the ball, Colchester don't attack it as well as they might have, and that's the result.
Well, it's his first Chelsea goal. Played over 60 games. But Colchester will feel they can score again here. But Iwelumo is offside. So a setback for Phil Parkinson, coming from a set play. And the goal scorer, an unlikely hero really for Chelsea in that respect, but they needed somebody to stand up and be counted. And the score count is 1-1. Drogba. Manish, headed away by Brown. Iwelumo has worked that well. To Yates. To Garcia. He's very good on the ball. He's got the free kick, certainly within shooting range.
They've certainly seen enough in this first half, Colchester, not to be too downhearted. If they do keep the composure, there's a way back ahead in this game. It's a pretty open contest, isn't it?
A bit of disagreement there between Do-Good and Wright Phillips. And eases the little fella away. Goes Halford. Just bounced in front of Cudicini, but the handling of the greasy ball was secure. And Ferreira slips away from Yates. Chelsea starting to get into their stride. Drogba just reached out. Drogba was lurking behind him. Clever play from Halford. Dans. Well spotted by Ricardo Carvalho. Grateful to his friend and international colleague for that equaliser. And Wright Phillips, unstoppable.
Well, that's him at his best, isn't it? Sean Wright Phillips, ball at his feet, committing defenders, lovely close control. Very difficult to stop in this kind of mood.
Five minutes to go to half-time. Chelsea looking to really turn it around here. The fist by Davison. Yates closed down by Manish.
Got to hand it though, haven't you, to Colchester? They've got it right tactically. You look at the varying systems with Chelsea's narrow three-man midfield, but Phil Parkinson's side haven't been outnumbered in that area at all. They haven't allowed Chelsea to settle and get a grip on that middle ground.
Iwelumo. Ricardo Carvalho had problems in the air. Garcia tackling back, but it runs for Essien. Drogba got the better of Brown. Couldn't keep hold of the ball. And then there's a foul by Essien on Watson. surprised if it goes anywhere near Robert Huth, this one. Huth has just checked round and he gets his head to it, but he's only diverted it behind for a corner. He's trying to take responsibility to attack the ball wherever it comes.
Nice job done from Colchester's point of view. Another set piece, another rehearsed one. Bouncing of the ball, that means something, and those lads in the middle will know exactly what it means.
Watson takes it towards Halford. That's I think the direction. Watson again. Do good. Responsible work for the team from Drogba.
Haven't really seen this long throw yet, have we? Reach its full length. Slippy ball, not easy for Greg Halford. As good as a corner, the coaching staff told me when he's got it on song. Really rifles the low one in.
He's been selected for a squad to represent the Football League against their Italian counterparts, under 21 level. Chelsea again, a little bit slovenly in their work in their own half, and it's led to conceding a free kick. Can't see his shirt almost pushed up over his head. Diarra trying to stop Colchester getting on the ball.
I don't think there's any danger of them taking a quick free kick, Colchester. They'll just take their time. Everybody in position.
Watson sending out the signal again. A little touch away by Drogba, again needed to help out his defenders.
That was a good delivery. It was aimed at Halford again and spun round. Couldn't quite get there in time, but well rehearsed.
Chelsea 1 against 2 from the throw. Brown. Well, the Colchester fans came here determined to enjoy the day, whatever it might bring. But what they have witnessed is a very evenly contested first half, even the thrill of seeing their side take the lead. And they're in fine voice, and Colchester will be attacking their end. In the second half is Manish chased down by Dans. That was a bit unlucky for the League One side. Duff. And going down a blind alley, but how you dribble the ball on this playing surface, maybe Damien Duff will tell us.
Well, will tell us how difficult it is. Might be just as well for him to look up, not try and beat his man and whip a ball in towards Didier Drogba.
Hurled long by Halford. Touch on from Iwelumo. A little flick into Dans by Garcia. A foul by Essien. And we have 1 added minute.
Well, it's been free-flowing, hasn't it? Not many stoppages at all. Really good entertainment.
Halford beckoning Duguid to come forward. Dans. Duguid away from his right back berth. But Neil Dans stuck to his task well against Diarra. And here's Yates. Garcia trying to bend his run to stay onside. And it's just behind Iwelumo. Couldn't have gone to Yates, he was offside.
Oh, it was intelligent play. Yates knew that. What we saw there, Neil Dans backtracking, matching the work rate for 45 minutes.
Well, we've had a goal from 2 players from Portugal. Ricardo Carvalho, own goal for Colchester. Paulo Ferreira spared some of his blushes with Chelsea's equaliser. Mark Yates has also hit a post as the League One side look to bridge a huge gap at Stamford Bridge, and they're doing pretty well so far. Just ask the 6,000 fans who've come here to back them.
It's 1-1 between Chelsea and Colchester United. Dennis Wise, ex-Chelsea, and Mike Walker, ex-Colchester, are with us today. You said it'd be a slaughter, Dennis.
I have to apologise at the present moment. I think they've done absolutely fantastic, Colchester. The way that they've set themselves out, everything they've done, it's been perfect, really. Unfortunately, for the goal that they conceded, that's the only thing that maybe they've done wrong.
Mike, that goal was coming, wasn't it, when Colchester went ahead?
Yeah, I mean, they've hit the post as well, but their movement's good. And the front guys have moved. Once they break from midfield, they move well. And you can see here, I think this is it. It's nicely held up, 1-2 played in. Got over the top, nobody in concession. I thought he should have hit it earlier, so it shows, you know, and he would have been in clear for a goal, the Colchester lad. But as it happens, as he runs here, he hits it early. The yellow in the middle of Yates has got a head on him anyway.
Do you think
but in event, it didn't matter.
Did he slip?
Possibly, but I mean, it's one of those difficult balls. It's driven in, and you're trying to clear it, you know, and it's accidentally, whether he tripped or whether he smashed it in the net, I don't know. But if you look at it, he's going at pace, you know, and he can't really get out of the way, and he can't take a chance in case the guy's behind him, and unfortunately slipped it in.
9 minutes of agony then for Chelsea, and then they finally got their equaliser. What did you make of it, Dennis?
I think they'll be a little bit disappointed with the defending. I think Colchester, they really will, yeah. I think, as you see, I think Ferreira's being marked by John White, and he's just left him. He's got caught ball watching. Ferreira's been picked up, and he's just left him. I think a few of the people are a bit disappointed. They felt that it was handball by Carvalho, but it did hit his shoulder kind of arm slowly, but he didn't know too much about it. And as you see, I think John White was marking Ferreira, and he's left him, and he'll be disappointed with that, because all they had to do is make sure that they defend certain set pieces properly.
Chelsea were warned though, weren't they? Yates hit the post. How close can he get?
Again, it was a good little break, you know, good passing. They spread the play, got it out wide, and reversed it again. You know, if you look at here, he's got inside. He's then crossed to the far post. It's both jump missed it, and the guy kept his width and hit the post. Might have scored easily, but might have bounced back out into the middle where they could have been stuck back in. But you see, this is really, to be fair, how well Colchester have played. I mean, their movement has been very good up front. I've been quite impressed with that, actually. And they haven't been off the pace really at all.
Dennis, they're not overawed, are they, Colchester? And Garcia has shown exceptional bravery, and when he's attempted shots on goal.
He has. He had one effort, I think, from about 25 yards. Look, they're so sharp in some of the things that they're doing. You know, they've caught Chelsea on the up a couple of times, and they've really caused them a few problems. He works it very well, Phil, in everything that he's done, and the movement and the way that they build up, you know, and also the way that they defend against them. They've got Garcia works. This is the one. He's very unfortunate, but he's been working extremely hard. Garcia. All he drops into midfield and picks up Diarra, who they don't really want to leave spare. What they want to do, they leave the ball with the two centre-halves, and once it goes over to one side, they shift across and make them stay that side, and it's causing Chelsea a few problems. They don't really know at the present moment how to get out.
Well, they're really enjoying their day, these Colchester fans. As I mentioned before, there's around 6,000 of them, and they are making the most of it. What about their team?
Congratulations on your win, Alex. You're fired.
What?
I couldn't sleep all wink knowing you were just lying downstairs.
Dream Team, tonight at 8 on Sky One.
When Budweiser became official beer of the FA Premier League, we thought, hey, Manchester United and Manchester City? Why not just Team Manchester? The names are a little dull. How about Portsmouth Pirates? Aha! And does London need so many clubs? Let's send Arsenal to the Peak District. They need a good team. But then we thought, nah, so how about you do the football, we'll do the beer.
fly in the RAF.
Don't miss the game. Only in the Times on Monday.
I never seem to really hit it off with women.
Well, you're not going to, looking like that. Image consultants, my friend really needs your help. Let me do the talking.
Hi.
Nice shirt. I like it.
Right, well, oh dear. Green is so not your colour.
Yellow Pages. Whatever you want, just yell.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew! Hate being reminded you could have bought your game cheaper pre-owned. Then go to Game Station, you ninny, and pay less for top-notch games. Shut up! Yes, pre-owned at Game Station.
This is Ellie Naomi.
Big Mama love taking care of the kids. Get everything pointy out of the room.
Get ready for the boldest.
Don't let me disturb you. Y'all just keep walking around naked.
And biggest mama ever. Big Mama's house, too.
If you're buying a car, you want to get the most for your money. Call the AA and you could get a low rate of just 6.2% APR typical. And with plenty of low repayment options, you can choose a monthly amount to suit your budget. So with the AA, you could afford an even better car than you thought. For a decision in minutes, call 0800 234 6000. That's 0800 234 6000 or visit theaa.com. Call now and you could also get a free 6-month AA car warranty.
Chrysler Crossfire range from $24,995 now with free Smart Nav.
Previously on 24.
Jack Bauer is now the prime suspect in President Palmer's assassination.
This whole thing is impossible.
The new series of 24 continues tonight at 9, Sky 1.
Stay with us after this game because we will have highlights from two of the earlier FA Cup ties today. Preston against Middlesbrough and Stoke against Birmingham. All the action before we go here on Sky Sports 1. It's Champions League week. And then on Tuesday at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 1, Bayern Munich against AC Milan is the match. If you'd prefer to watch PSV against Lyon, turn to Sky Sports 2 from 7:30. And then on Wednesday, it's the big one. We're back here at Stamford Bridge, 6 o'clock start on Sky Sports 1 for Chelsea against Barcelona. If you want to watch Rangers, they're on Sky Sports 2 against Villarreal, 7:30. On Sky Sports 2, via the interactive red button, you can see either Ajax against Inter or Werder Bremen against Juventus. Today, though, who is the special one? Colchester's manager Phil Parkinson has had a marvellous first half. He did say this week his team would have some surprises for Chelsea, and did they? They actually took the lead. It lasted 9 minutes, but Ferreira has made it 1-1. Dennis Wise is our guest today. He lifted the cup for Chelsea, and so is Mike Walker, ex-Colchester. Joe Cole is on. 2 changes, we understand. Joe Cole is on and Lampard is on. Manish and Diarra taken off. Surprised?
Not surprised really. I think they've took two defensive midfield players on and put two attacking midfield players on, and I think they need goals and they know it. I think the way that they played in the first half, he ain't going to be happy with that. And the two people who could lift them, definitely these two people.
Thanks very much, Dennis. More from Dennis and more from Mike Walker. Richard Garcia is player cam for digital viewers. Let's go to our commentary team, Alan Smith and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Ian. Well, it's another compliment to Colchester United that Jose Mourinho, who probably didn't want to take too much of a chance with Frank Lampard's fitness, nor Joe Cole's. Pre-Barcelona, they're needed in this particular battle against the side from the garrison town, who number some 400 soldiers amongst their season ticket holders. Phillips had a tremendous first half. He was perhaps the shining light for Chelsea, particularly in the difficult times. He was always offering, but there was hope just around the corner. Pereira. Just one or two questions from the Colchester players at half-time about whether the ball dropped for Paulo Ferreira for the goal off the arm of Ricardo Carvalho. He might have done just that, but it was not an intentional movement. The ball rather struck the Chelsea defender. Here is Paulo Ferreira. It's a very good cross. Just reached in the nick of time by Baldwin. Halford. It's a bit of a giveaway. They do not want to be caught overplaying on a difficult pitch. It was not a decent ball that time from Greg Halford. Right, Phillips. Well, the script, of course, Alan, from here on is for Chelsea just to up it with Lampard and Cole involved and get through the second half and move on into the quarter-finals without any more scares, but Colchester will have their own views on that.
Well, that is the Chelsea script. I'm sure Phil Parkinson has got a slightly different one. Plenty at half-time for him to be encouraged by, plenty to get his teeth into and just say, you know, OK, they've got to go back, but there's plenty in it for us. When we go forward, when we pass the ball, we've caused problems, particularly from set-piece situations. We're a threat. Let's carry on doing that. Don't lose belief.
That was Glenn Johnson's shot. Rain still falling very heavily in southwest London. But the Essex boys are equal with Chelsea. Played by Ferreira. Met by John White. Essien really has got the holding role now that Diarra has vacated.
Well, such an attacking formation, isn't it, with Wright Phillips and Duff either side. Joe Cole's just playing in that little gap in between the back line and midfield, so whether it's Neil Dans, Kevin Watson, got to try and pick him up, make sure he doesn't get too much space.
Wright Phillips. Past John White. Cleared by Dans, and as Chelsea pep it up attacking-wise, how will they cope defensively? Garcia, oh, and that's a back pass that Cudicini actually reacted to quickly and necessarily. Duguid taking it away from Duff. Iwalumo. Just to know what they want to do with the ball when they get it, but getting it, I think, is going to become an increasing problem.
Well, you just wonder whether a question of fitness will come into it as well. Superior fitness you would expect from the Premiership side. They've played a lot of games as well, haven't they, Colchester?
Cole. Essien. Duguid saw that coming from Frank Lampard. Here's Mark Yates. Good challenge on him by Joe Cole. Essien. There's Duff. Drogba couldn't really take it down. It wasn't an easy ball to control, coming just behind him. Dans. And Yates took it back into the tackle from Cole. Ferreira. Johnson. Celtic trying to play the game at their tempo.
They started the first half in a similar vein. Chelsea had plenty of the ball, plenty of passing, but Colchester came into it, as we know. They're just making sure this opening period of the second that they work hard, don't give anything silly away.
And there's breaking up the Chelsea play again. It's a very chirpy, buoyant character. Comes from Liverpool. Like Frank Lampard, they're very happy in his life outside of football. Both have just become dads during the course of this season.
He's not actually been the one who's got into the box. He's got 13 goals this year, but he's been fairly quiet in that area, hasn't he? Arriving in the box late. Neil Dans, we know he's capable of it.
Ferreira. Headed away by Brown, who did play in the Premiership for Ipswich and played here against Chelsea on one occasion. Wright Phillips. Drogba looking back for Sean Wright Phillips. You can't blame Chelsea for doing that. Colchester look for Chris Iwelumo. They can't keep it up front in the early minutes of this second half. Lampard. Duff. Drogba. He's well watched by Brown. Good shout from Davison to get his teammates out of the way.
Well, they're doing well at the moment. Colchester just maintaining the shape, adjusted to the change that Chelsea have made. As I say, making sure that Joe Cole doesn't get too much space. Neil Dans is the man more often than not to pick him up.
Wright Phillips crossing. He actually got John White a bit exposed there, but there was a ball on towards the near post, but Brown was vigilant.
He's been the spark for Chelsea. Sean Wright Phillips, the man looking most likely to make the difference.
We're in the 8th minute of the second half. It's a Chelsea corner. They were 1-0 down. It's 1-1. And Dermot Gallagher's given a free kick Colchester's way. As Essien went in.
I think they would have been disappointed how they did concede that goal, Colchester. There were 3 Chelsea players attacking the ball, and the yellow shirts couldn't really get in touch with those players and make the challenge, and after that it was always a question of trying to latch on to the second ball, and Ferreira did it. It's the type of situation they face every day of the week in the First Division.
Halford. Dugan. Now Glenn Johnson trying to set Damien Duff on his way, but Dugan read it well. It's a lovely ball by Watson to Yates, who's isolated. Ferreira gets his cross in, and it was Garcia. Most of the better moments for Colchester in attack are coming his way.
Well, there you go. There's a pointer to it. Get quality in from those wide areas, and you just never know. He really reacts well to this, doesn't he, Garcia? Gets ahead of his man. A little bit of a swinger in the end, but half a chance.
Neatly done again by Brown, who was not bemused by the body language from Drogba. And Brown's there again. And he picks out Iwelumo, who's trying to power the header across to Halford.
That's why it's vital that they do try and keep it. Needs a shout to Iwelumo. Hold it up. You're not under pressure.
Joe Cole. And now Lampard, the two substitutes for the second half. And ricochets away for a Chelsea corner. Lampard's in a hurry to take it. They won't want to go to Layer Road for a replay.
You won't want to see that happening too much. Frank Lampard on the ball, 25 yards out. And he needs half a yard to pull the trigger.
Essien going towards the near post. That's where the ball went as well. Lampard, the flag was up for offside. Sharp has kept the flag up as well. But, the referee didn't react to it.
I'm sure they would have wanted the free kick there, Colchester, because they couldn't hold it.
Essien. Duff. Joe Cole, Drogba, Duff, Lampard. Oh, it hit the heel of Damien Duff and almost rolled to just where he could have been face to face with Davison. But out comes Dance. The ball on really was to the right-hand side. And he looked left and the opportunity to counter-attack was lost, and it's really the first such opportunity in this second half. Duff. Still Damien Duff. For Drogba, he's missed it. Well, D was for danger here to Colchester. Damien Duff, Didier Drogba, and they should be in front.
Well, they should beat more often than not. It's been short, and Felix on the other side, but Duff gets to the byline and he does exactly what he should have done. He picks out his centre forward. You're expecting this one to hit the back of the net in the far corner. Doesn't quite get his angles right, Drogba.
Over Iwelumo. Oh, and Carvalho's pulling back here. On Garcia, who didn't go down to his credit. Halford crosses. Yates struggling to keep it in, and he can't. That was a big moment.
I'm amazed Dermot Gallagher hasn't whistled for this, you know. He's arguably in on goal here, isn't he? Garcia, arguably it's a red card.
I think Garcia saw the glory of being in to score himself.
You can understand that.
I know plenty of players who would have just gone to the deck then and accepted that, let the referee make the decision.
Well, he's not in tune to the ways of the Premiership, because it does happen a lot, doesn't it, in the Premiership these days.
And here's Cole, and Drogba not quite back to Joe Cole. Wright Phillips working with Lampard, but not that time. But Dermot Gallagher, shall we say, Alan, is a referee who doesn't go looking for controversy.
Well, you just thought that he's going to let the play go and see where it leads, but, you know, I mean, that's a clear foul. Dermot Gallagher can see that. The attack peters out, and what would have happened if Garcia was able to latch onto that ball? There would certainly have been a goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, the honest approach from Richard Garcia. He played on. John White opening up for Iwelumo to get a touch that took Halford by surprise. Well, Phil Parkinson will have been very concerned in the way the second half started. But there are one or two opportunities now for Colchester to reassert themselves.
Well, the more you see of Colchester, the more impressed that you are, because, yeah, they have had to chase the ball at times, and that's tiring, a lot more tiring than being in possession, but so solid up to now.
White committed himself. Wright Phillips got the better of him. He's still got the ball almost like a magnet at the moment. But Brown, more noble defending, and in fact it's gone his way, the decision. It's a goal kick.
Well, they're helping each other out, aren't they? John White's having a tough time up against Sean Phillips, but he's got plenty of teammates who are willing to back him up if the winger gets past the fullback.
Minutes gone in the second half. It is still Chelsea 1, Colchester 1. Duff gets the drop on Dogood. Drogba. Joe Cole. Still Joe Cole. Tackled by Baldwin. Duff couldn't really stand it up. Lampard, who's so dangerous, lurking on the edge of the area. Wright Phillips has run straight into Brown. Plenty of bellows from the fans here backing the Blues, but I think there was much in the claim.
No, for a fraction of a second, Brown actually put both arms around Sean Wright Phillips. I think it was enough for a penalty.
There's one in the back for Garcia. Huth, and when you're hit by Huth, no wonder it hurts. He's a massive young player.
He's done well to get up from that, Richard Garcia. Take it from me, that really does hurt. I don't want to lose him though. Garcia has been a real threat, hasn't he, in the final third?
Yeah, his mobility is balanced well with the physical presence of Iwelumo. Who they look for here. The layoff. A little weary. There's one more substitution allowed to Jose Mourinho. It's another world superstar. He's going to unleash on Colchester United in Hernan Crespo. They are having the time of their lives.
Whatever happens now, it's been a day to be proud of from their players.
Here's Wright Phillips. Drogba goes near post. Brown is there again. Clearly under pressure though. Chelsea really not giving up on the ball that got astray on Brown, with Drogba looking to get in behind him. Crespo's ready.
He's done pretty well, hasn't he, up against Didier Drogba. He's done more than well, but he's going to face a slightly different threat now in Hernan Crespo.
So Damien Duff comes off. Remember, he's on his way back from hamstring trouble, so it's a logical substitution for Duff's own personal fitness regime. Got an hour under his belt. And on comes Hernan Crespo. Only playing in the FA Cup for the third time. He was involved in both matches against Everton and of course scored a superb beheaded goal here in the replay against the guys from Goodison.
It's not often, is it, we see Drogba and Crespo on the park at the same time. It's normally one or the other. Great credit, it's a great tribute to Colchester. The fact that Jose Mourinho has seen fit to do that.
There's Garcia prepared to take them on again. Drogba. And once more, how often have we said it? Wayne Brown to the rescue. There's a great personal story here in the midst of this cup tie. And Joe Cole from a quickly taken corner by Chelsea that caught Colchester out, and they're pleased to see Davison catch the ball.
Tackling's been spot on, hasn't it, in the penalty area. They've made several of those kind of interceptions. They've been very clean from Colchester. Had to get them right.
Here's Joe Cole. Tried to place it, and it might well have been going in, but reaching it pretty mumuch at the full extent of his reach was Aidan Davison.
It almost looked as if Davidson wasn't going to be able to get the spring to jump across to this, and I think it certainly was going to creep in, and that palm away, so vital for Colchester.
Well, Chelsea have got their substitutes on, including Joe Cole. It's just the kitchen sink that they're missing at the moment.
Well, they've got 6 really out-and-out attacking players. Now Chelsea going full throttle. But this Colchester defence, which continues to stand strong.
Another 5 minutes has elapsed. 25 to go. Dans. Do good. And he's a gamble there and maybe lost. Crespo's kicked it more up in the air than really where Wright Phillips had a chance of getting it. Any disorderly touch on this pitch is easily forgiven. And Ferreira won't get that. Remember, he equalised the own goal from Ricardo Carvalho. That happened late in the first half. Colchester led by 9 minutes. Well, plenty of Frank Lampard fans amongst you, I'm sure. You can access the player cam to have a look at his second half cameo. It's Lampard who flicks on. It's a bit of a push by Duguid on Joe Cole. Interception by Johnson. And goes Baldwin. Foul by Drogba. Quick free kick by Duguid. Watson, tackle from behind by Carvalho, must have got the ball, referee pointed for that. Garcia was complaining this time. Wright Phillips, well done John White, who's been in danger of being turned inside out, but he's sticking at it against one of the best wide players in the country.
Well, it's been an education for him, that's for certain, up against a player trying to prove that he's worth a place in the side. What a great contest, that one.
Well, I thought straight away it was a Colchester throw, but Essien then picked up the ball. Kermit Gallagher finally got his message across. Jose didn't see it that way. And of course he's always right. Here's Essien. Wright Phillips. And Dance and Sean Wright Phillips. Crespo's waiting. Oh, and it came off Baldwin.
Oh, what a chance that was. What a chance for Sean Wright Phillips to pick out one of 3 players in that penalty area.
But whatever happens from now on, Colchester can say they held Chelsea for 3/4 of this 5th round tie. Lampard takes. Oh. That was Carvalho puffing out the cheeks because he knows how close it was.
I'm not sure he expected this ball to travel as far as it did. Came to him quickly, didn't adjust his feet well enough in the way that a striker might have done.
Just for the record, Alan, Chelsea have lost only one of their last 59 home games, and that was on penalties to Charlton here in the Carling Cup. That's the measure of the Colchester task.
Well, I don't think anybody's told Colchester about that, have they? Because the way they've set about this challenge, they've been a credit to themselves and the league that they play in. They really have.
Mourinho's been forced to use all 14 of his players. Halford. Garcia. Now Dans. Yates is lively when they can get the ball to him. And the Republic of Ireland, it's a good pull too from Mark Yates. That carried a hint of possible second own goal as Huth Snuck out of foot that time, but he got a good solid defensive contact. Joe Cole. Now Yates. It's 2 against 2 here. Carvalho got to the ball. Lampard. Joe Cole has a crack! Magnificent shot. Millimetres away.
Well, the goalkeeper will be telling his teammates afterwards he got this one covered. I'm not sure, but Joe Cole couldn't have hit it any better. He really couldn't. Great angle to see it from.
It's in, it's in.
Swerved away, didn't it? Swerved away. Final couple of yards.
See, goalkeepers never tell you about those, Alan, that swerve and take the shots off target. They're always beefing on about the ones that fly into the top corner. The aerodynamics of the modern ball. And it's Joe Cole again. Right, Phillips. For Crespo! Powered away by Davidson. Oh! It was Baldwin. With Drogba just behind him. Heart-stopping for Colchester, but it was goal-stopping.
Well, it's cannon off his knee, hasn't it? It looked for all the world as if Crespo was going to nudge that one in.
You do sense it's coming. Baldwin, Carvalho, no time to react.
If a goal's going to come for Chelsea, you think it might just come from this right-hand side through the boots of Sean Wright-Phillips.
Well, he's in the clear again. Oh, and well, it did maybe strike a hand on the way through. Brown. That's what Crespo's asking about.
His first touch was a little heavy there. He took it on. Sean Wright-Phillips.
Colchester played on when Wright-Phillips was concerned about Brown. Don't know where to look at the moment. Yates, keep an eye on him. And Halford. And Garcia. He says it flew up in the air because it was deflected at the other end. Hernan Crespo denied by Aidan Davison.
Well, they've got through. Not for the first time in this second half. Chelsea, this time the cutback is good. There's nothing wrong with a strike from Crespo. Davidson again reacting really well because that ball comes from behind a teammate. Baldwin does the rest.
Liam Chilvers has come on for Mark Yates. That'll free up Carl Do-Gooder. Such a versatile play. He's gone from right back to wide left. Yates got a knock in the first half. No way through for Essien's pass. Halford. Want to make Huth backpedal, but he judged it well, the German. Huth. Wright-Phillips. John White got a touch of the ball, but Wright-Phillips got in behind him, and again Wayne Brown, who is naturally left-sided and comes into that sort of area naturally, and is giving a truly heroic performance here, but he's not alone in yellow. Lampard. Johnson. Not a good touch. Here's Garcia. Halford.
Just running out of legs when they try and spring forward. Colchester have had to do so much chasing on the back foot.
Crespo, who is many things, but he's not a real sprinter. He's an absolute master craftsman. in front of goal. It's far too long for Drogba. Well, Liam Chilvers, who got his education at Arsenal and is regarded by Phil Parkinson as one of his very best defenders, but he's been out with a hernia operation. He's alongside Brown with Baldwin playing at right back now. It stands. Balloon's in the way. Ball's still in play. Got to keep working, Iwelumo. It's time to the last 15 minutes.
It's a tied man. The ball just keeps coming back. In their last out.
Lampard. There's Joe Cole, Crespo, and Chilvers actually could have had a wild swipe at the ball and got it all wrong. He kept his composure, stayed on his feet, and allowed Davison to tidy it up.
He's just carried on, taking the example, followed the example of his teammates and defending dangerous situations. How many times have they done that?
Here's Halford. And Chelsea just standing off him initially, then Lampard got in. Just like to have a bit of time to knock the ball about Colchester.
Well, it just gives them a breather, really, as much as anything else. It's always easier with the ball than without it.
Cole deep.
I just sense they've used up most of their energy chasing those blue shirts, trying to remain watertight.
Well, it's easy to say they've got their badges of honour from extending the contest as long as they have done, but these are professionals who want to win. They're looking to win their own league, League One. They're looking to win the LDV Fans Trophy as well. It's a bit much to say that they're looking to win the FA Cup, but they are looking to get into the quarter-final. If they do, it will be a never-to-be-forgotten achievement.
Yeah, honestly, it's easy to patronise them, isn't it, really, saying how well they've done, but they haven't just come here for the day out, come here to win a football match.
Herrera. Now Lampard. He loves to shoot from distance, and he has the chance to do so here. He made it himself. Just not trying to take anyone on, but just shift the ball to one side, preferably onto his right foot.
Now have a look at Kevin Watson here, who's doing his very best to shield the goal from Lampard as he goes from left to right. Not easy. Does a good job though, Watson. Makes it very difficult for Frank Lampard. Well, by far the more attempts for Chelsea.
Too good. Halford, breakdown in communications with Iwelumo. Crespo. Cole coming from the left. Drogba trying to take defenders away. Davison can only parry. Joe Cole scores. And at last for Chelsea, they're in front with 12 minutes to go. And it looks as though Colchester's wonderful resistance has been snapped in the end.
Well, it was a never-ending tide, wasn't it, of Chelsea pressure, and Phil Parkinson was probably half expecting it the way this second half had progressed. They dropped off a little bit too far to give Crespo that kind of room, and just when you need the ball to bounce to a yellow shirt, it bounces to Joe Cole in amongst a clutch of them. Does well to finish it off. Difficult to see a way back now to the away side. And a valiant effort.
He had to call them on, the bigger hitters. Joe Cole scored. Crespo had the shot that Davison couldn't deal with decisively. Throw Frank Lampard into that equation as well, and no wonder it was more problematical for Colchester in this second half. But there's still 10 minutes left. Lampard And Drogba and Davison wasn't sure of his bearings, and he wasn't going to take any chances, Aidan Davison.
He's done superbly well, the keeper, I have to say. He might feel he should have done a little bit better with that Crespo shot, gather it in, or at least power it away to safety, but he's made several fine saves, interceptions. You look at the number of clear-cut chances Chelsea have created in the second half, haven't been all that many really.
Well, they have had bags of the ball, and the difference with the first half is where Colchester were an equal threat, as the half-time scoreline accurately reflected. It's been very hard for them. Kudicini's been a spectator in the second half. Somehow, Phil Parkinson has to get some sort of alteration. He's going to make another substitution to bring on Gareth Williams, who flags up against Iwelumo. They were closing in, weren't they? And they're not done yet. And Garcia can be very pleased with his 80 minutes. He gives way to the fresh legs of Gareth Williams, who was born in South Africa, played for Wales at under-21 level, as the name more suggests. Formerly with Crystal Palace. It'll be time for a prayer or two.
Well, it's been the kind of match where you wouldn't write them off totally. A few surprises already. A pair of fresh legs up front, they certainly needed that. Colchester.
Johnson. And now Crespo. And still Crespo. Calling for handball by Brown. Miss-hit shot from Cole.
What a performance from Ryan Brown. Absolutely heroic this afternoon.
Drogba's cross. And it's Wright Phillips trying to wrap it up.
Well, they appealed for handball when he was on the ground. Ryan Brown. Crespo's arm went up. No, I don't think there's anything there, is there? Did the job yet again. Certainly earned his wages this week, that man.
Halford. Just one chance, just one chance. Phil Parkinson will be craving here.
They could just get a set piece, just a free kick within 40 yards, get that ball in the penalty area, but they haven't been able to this second half.
It's been dominant from Chelsea, but it's not yet decisive. 8 minutes to go. Huth. Kudicini's kick. Over Drogba. Brown is there again. When you think of the time in January he spent in hospital worrying about his health, the mole on the top of his head that was shown to be cancerous and another operation was needed. Just a fantastic comeback. He's been absolutely brilliant. Wright Phillips, who's also been very good, it must be said, and he's been the one consistent Chelsea player through the 83 minutes. Out comes Davison, and he doesn't deserve the problems that handling outside the penalty area would bring, and he hasn't handled outside the penalty area. And he played the game for as long as he has. They've changed their rules plenty of times for Aidan Davison.
Yeah, he was nowhere near, was he? Good starting position.
Chilvers. Cut out by Carvalho, who's feeling a lot happier now. Lampard. Well, 6 minutes left. Goodness me, we've had a run for our money, they've had a run for theirs. And Colchester United will have their funds boost to back the bid for history to get into second tier of English football for the very first time.
They just give this set of players, though, so much added confidence that they've mixed it on equal terms with the champions of England and one of the best sides in Europe.
Yeah, the runaway leaders of the Premiership, a team that is supposed to be getting ready for Barcelona. Brown's there again. Chelsea against Barcelona. If you haven't got a ticket, the only place you can see it is with us on Sky Sports, Wednesday from 6. And Rangers against Villarreal, if that's your preference, on Sky Sports 2. Carvalho, Ferreira. Now Didier Drogba. Not that way. Off goes Iwelumo. Safety first from Robert Hood. 16 goals Iwelumo's got this season. He makes it 17 in the next 5 minutes. He will be in the FA Cup history books. Crespo. Now Watson trying to pull a string or two from midfield. Kansas' real talents haven't been to the fore because of the shape of the game. He just can't get in there to back up the play. Now they have got a free kick. They don't need to rush it, but there is something on to the right. But fortunately, Dermot Gallagher wasn't ready. And fortunately, from Colchester's point of view,
that's the first time that they've actually rushed a free kick. You can understand that there's only 4 minutes left, but might just be more sensible, get everybody in position. Greg Halford yet again into the target, you would think. It's one of those awkward straight ones where the angle is none.
Well, it's a heck of a way out for Greg Halford, but he's going to have a go. And he just smashes it into the wall. Too good. Good ball back towards Iwelumo. Can he get it on target here? Well, he has a chance to set up a cross. And the Lampard pleased to just get it away from the Chelsea penalty area, which hasn't seen very much action in the second half.
I think he's actually pulled a muscle, Iwelumo, swiping for that ball. Looks a little bit uncomfortable.
Johnson. Drogba. Bobbled up for Chilvers' attempt to clear. Right, Phillips. Essien. Joe Cole. It's all a bit square from Chelsea. Now Williams. Dans. And Chelsea have the strength as well as the skill. They have the spirit too. Crespo. Joe Cole, and deflections can be dangerous for goalkeepers, but not that one. And Davison instantly hurls it out to Halford. And he lengthens that stride of his. But, it's a case of more haste, less speed.
Certainly one to keep an eye on though, isn't he, Greg Halford? As well as his height, he's got nice feet, tidy, good technique.
And playing a lot of different positions as well.
Important one now, wasn't it, for Chelsea this really, after losing to Middlesbrough. The last thing they wanted was a replay. The Barcelona game coming up, people might have asked a few awkward questions. They haven't managed to see off League One opposition. To their credit, they've kept going, kept plugging away.
Here's Baldwin. Halford. Now Dans. To Halford again. Now they need to throw numbers in, Colchester here. Halford's cross, Carvalho eases it away. In the 90th minute. Drogba. Chelsea certainly know they've been in a game. Didier Drogba. Crespo. A third would be tough on Colchester. Watson. And here's Williams. Halford. And Iwalumo, but with no one coming around the back, and that's more through tiredness than lack of organisation from Colchester. They've been very organised, very orderly, a credit to their coaching staff.
Thought it might just be worth throwing Greg Halford on up front next to Iwalumo and just going for the straight approach with his height, just see what came of it. They've kept the shape, he stayed out on the right hand side though.
So we're into added time. Brown bossing Drogba, now he's got a problem. Iwalumo. And Drogba needs attention. Huth. And the message hasn't got through to the Chelsea team. And Joe Cole in particular. Goal! Quality means the quarter-final, but it was an odd one really in the build-up because some players stopped because of Didier Drogba's problem. But Joe Cole played like kids are always taught to the whistle. There wasn't one, and he scored twice as a substitute in the second half to settle it here for Chelsea.
Well, it is hard on Colchester, but they've defended so well, and if you are going to get beaten, you might as well get beaten with a beautiful effort such as this. No chance for Davidson. A lot of tired players backing off. And it is a beauty.
Almost the last kick of the game. Jose Mourinho's been telling his players, I haven't decided who's going to be the wide men. Maybe Robin will be one for sure, but who's going to be the other one? Right, Phillips has staked his claim, but Joe Cole likewise to increase the options for the Champions League on Wednesday. Will Drogba be fit for it? He seems to be moving a bit more encouragingly now. Well, Phil Parkinson's team can be very proud of their efforts, but Chelsea not assured in the first half, sent on the reinforcements, and Joe Cole stole the show. And Chelsea get ready for Barcelona with a place assured in the last 8 of the FA Cup. Make no mistake, despite the team changes today, they do have their eyes on bringing that trophy to Stamford Bridge. But they will work really hard, having gone behind to a Ricardo Carvalho own goal. Paulo Ferreira got the equaliser, just stabled the Chelsea ship. But for the rest, heroes for Colchester, Wayne Brown amongst them. Fantastic backing from the fans, and extra cash to support their bid to get into the Championship. It can still be an historic season for the club from Layer Road. And players and supporters united here. It's been a terrific day out for the fans from Essex, but Phil Parkinson accepts that it was job done by the big boys in the end. Chelsea through by 3 goals to 1.